What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about L5P injectors. I get asked a lot, what's the best setup for my truck? I want to go a bigger turbo. What size injector should I get? I'm going to be doing injectors on my truck. The next video, that'll be going over everything, pulling the injectors out, how to do everything like that. But today I just want to talk about what setup should you run. There's a lot of different companies out there. Should you send your factory ones off to get honed out, get all new injectors all together, brand new ones that are already done to whatever size over you want? These injectors on L5Ps are very different from LLYs and LBZs and older Duramaxes. L5Ps have really good injectors from the factory. They can handle a lot of fuel, and you don't need a bigger size necessarily to make peak power on these trucks. And that's just a bunch of stuff I want to go over. So without further ado, let's dive into some injector talk. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to start off with is that injectors on L5Ps are not the end of the world to do. They're actually very easy to get to. I'm going to be going over the whole in-depth, how to pull them out and put new ones in the next video. But you're just going to start by pulling this heat shield off. You got to pull the fender liners on both sides. The ones that are really going to be terrible are the ones on this side that are all the way back. Just you got to remove the hot side pipe and just make some room. There's some more heat shields down there that you have to get to, disconnect the fuel line. So this side's going to be a little bit more of a pain, but they're actually kind of easy to do. But like I said, stay tuned to next week and I'll be going over everything on how to pull them out and get the new ones installed properly. Try to make peak power. Now, one thing I want to talk about was right off the bat, a lot of people think whenever you do something with L5P, try to make more power, that you got to get a upgraded, like a fast pump or injectors. L5Ps have a factory lift pump. A lot of people don't know that. You don't need a fast pump to get more fuel up. These stock pumps on these trucks, HP4, can handle almost about 800 horsepower. Now the injectors, those start to get tapped about 715, 725 horsepower, somewhere in that range. Obviously, I want to go higher, so higher than 715, 725 range, so I need bigger set of injectors. That's going to be a good starting point for this truck. Before I get the pump, I can max out. Right now, basically, I'm maxing out my injectors. I'm not tapping on the pump yet, but after I get the injectors out, it's going to be the pump, and I have a fast I'm going to put on the truck. But there's a lot of different size injector options you can get. There's like 60 overs, 100s, 150s, and 200s. Now with L5Ps, basically 100 over injectors on these can get you to 1,000 horsepower easily. Almost 1,200 horsepower range if I'm not mistaken. Now on older style Duramaxes, 150 over injectors is like a 200 set on this truck. The way I look at things, you're already spending a lot of money. What's a little bit more to get that bigger setup? Say 150 overs if you want 100s. Now, like I said, it's all about your end power goal. Obviously, 150 is going to be a lot more than 60 overs. But like I said, my end goal is to get to 1,000 horsepower. Now, there's a lot of different options that you can do as well. You can either pull out your factory injectors, send them off to get honed out. Now, the biggest size that you can do for that, to get them honed out to, is 100 overs. If you want to get 150 overs, you got to get a whole new set of injectors and just start fresh from there. There's a couple different companies out there. There's S&S and Exergy. I'm going to go with Exergy. I wanted to get 150 overs on this truck, but I was kind of talked down into getting the 100s. One, because I want to send my factory ones off to get honed out. I'll talk about that here in a few minutes, which way you should go. Either get new ones or hone them out. But I was talking to Exergy, and they were saying that they want to fade out the 150 overs just because on this truck, not a lot of people are going to be using the 150 overs. They want to fade out the 150 overs and do either 100s or 200s. So they kind of talked me into the 100s. For now, I don't think I'm going to need anything more than 100 overs. And the good part about that is I can send my factory ones in, get honed out, and sent back to me. Save yourself some money. Like I said before, there's two different options. Either A, honing them out, or B, getting a whole new set of injectors. Now, I was talking to them, and my truck, as you can see, is literally brand new still. I only have like 18,000 miles on it. Their best bet, they told me, was to get mine honed out. My injectors are still brand new, and they'll be a perfect candidate to get honed out, sent back with 100 overs. Now, say you have a higher mileage truck, around 80 to 100,000 miles, they just recommend getting a whole new set of injectors just sent back to you, but obviously that weighs a lot more money because you're getting a brand new set. Even though you send your Zinza as a core, you'll still be paying a lot more money. This way is going to save me a ton of money by just pulling these factory ones out, get sent off, built, and sent back to me, put in with all new hardware, and you know, I won't run into any issues. I want to talk about now what size injector is going to suit your truck the best. Now, say you just have a basic stealth turbo like I have in my truck, nothing crazy. A set of 60 over injectors will suit your truck just fine. Even if you're just on stock power and you want your truck to drive a lot better, 60 overs will suit you a lot more. Even if you get 60s, it's going to make the truck drive a lot better. Obviously, one, because they're upgraded injectors, and the factory ones won't have to work as hard. Like I said, Extra G wants to fade out 150 over, so your next step up, if you want to do a compound setup or try to get to 1,000 horsepower, 100s are going to suit you. Now, if you ever want to go 200s, obviously that's going to be like a built engine at that point. Yeah, it's just looking to make a ton of power. Probably not a lot of people are be using those, but that is also an option. So basically, your two main options are the 60 or 100s. You can probably still find through SNS 150 overs and go with them. I wanted to do that at first, get them turned down, but I was talking to the 100s. I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with the 100s. 150 overs, the thing is, they won't be able to hone mine out. They said the biggest I can go honing my stock ones out is to 100, and I want to save the money, so I'm not going to go 150s. That was my plan for the longest time, to get the 150s, but like I said, I was talked down to the 100s, and I think those are going to suit my truck just fine. So that's about it for this video, guys. I just want to go over some injector options that are available out there. Like I said, there's not really too many difficult, crazy sizes you can get. It's pretty basic. It's either 60, 100s, or 150s, depending on what company you go with. That's going to suit 99% of you out there that are looking to make more power. Like I said, I'm going with the 100, so stay tuned until next week when we go ahead and pull out these factory injectors to get sent off to Extra G, to be honed out, sent back to me with 100% done in them, so I can throw them back in the truck and try to make more power and kind of tap out my stealth turbo for the time being on how much air that thing can move. But if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. If you like the content, be sure to leave this video a big thumbs up. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.